Hey there, junior scientists. Get ready for some sweet science magic. Today we're going to transform ordinary sugar into dazzling, delicious crystals. Yes, you heard that right. Crystals you can eat. Get ready to be amazed as we dive into the sugary world of science. You know how much sugar likes to dissolve in water, right? But what happens when we add a bit too much? We create something called a supersaturated solution, and that's where the real magic begins. Get ready to unleash your inner scientist as we embark on this sugary adventure. Let's make some edible crystal magic. Imagine a seesaw. On one side we have water, and on the other side we have sugar. When we dissolve sugar in water, it's like adding weight to the seesaw. The water can only hold a certain amount of sugar before it becomes full or saturated. But here's the exciting part. If we heat the water, it can hold even more sugar. It's like making the seesaw bigger. This creates what we call a supersaturated solution. The water is holding more sugar than it normally can at room temperature. Now, as the supersaturated solution cools down, the seesaw starts to shrink. The water wants to go back to holding less sugar. Where does the extra sugar go? It starts to form beautiful crystals. Now for the fun part, growing our own crystal candy. Here's what you'll need: sugar, water, a saucepan, a stove, a glass jar, a string, a pencil or butter knife, and food coloring, optional. First, ask a grown-up to help you boil some water on the stove. Once the water is boiling, carefully add sugar to the water, stirring constantly, until no more sugar can dissolve. You've made a supersaturated solution. Next, carefully pour the hot sugar solution into your glass jar. Tie one end of the string to a pencil or butter knife and lay it across the top of the jar so the string dangles down into the solution. Now comes the hard part, waiting. As the sugar solution cools down over the next few days, watch as beautiful sugar crystals start to grow on the string. For extra fun, add a few drops of food coloring to your sugar solution before you pour it into the jar. You'll have colorful crystals. Remember how we talked about the supersaturated solution? As the solution cools, the water molecules slow down. They can't hold on to as much sugar anymore. The sugar molecules start to bump into each other and stick together. As more and more sugar molecules join the party, they form a structured pattern, a crystal. The string acts as a starting point for the crystals to grow. It gives the sugar molecules a place to latch onto and start building their crystal structure. And there you have it, edible science. You've learned about supersaturation, crystal formation, and best of all, you have a tasty treat to show for it. Science has never been so delicious. Now that you're a crystal growing expert, try experimenting with different types of sugar like brown sugar or even maple syrup. What happens? What other variables can you change? The possibilities are endless. So go out there, explore, experiment, and most importantly, have fun with science.